So then, the Speedbird GT. Well, what do I say about it? The Speedbird's the most expensive car in the game, costing 25,350 credits. It behaves very similarly to the Rocket in terms of handling. It's very well balanced between power and agility. I like it for that. Higher up in the classes, this balance is incredible, but at C class it's helpful, where a more powerful car, or a more agile car, is better. Wait. Oh, fuck. Sorry, this review's on the Speedbird GT, not the Speedbird, my bad. Coming in at 70,000 fame, the Speedbird GT behaves very similarly to the Rocket in terms of handling. It's very well balanced between power and agility, and I like it a lot for that. Higher up in the classes, this balance is incredible, but at C class it's less helpful, where a more powerful or a more agile car is better. This is a problem, isn't it? How am I supposed to release a video on a car that's already in the game? I get it, it's a homage to when the game was a simple tech demo to destroy your car in, but they didn't even improve the texture quality, which is fair enough, I guess. They just wanted it to look like the Speedbird from when it was a tech demo. So why did they bother releasing it as a whole new car for the same price as the Super Venom? You could have easily just released it instead of the current Speedbird texture pack, which then could have been the Speedbird GT. Like, it seems completely not thought out in any way, shape and form. At that, when it was released, its paint schemes were completely broken. And something like this isn't a difficult thing to solve. Like, let's just go into Steam real quick. So, I'm going to start this off by saying there is a betas function in Steam. We go to properties and we can see betas. We can opt into a beta if there's one available, or we can put in a code. So potentially what the developers could do is give, say, a code out to a few of the popular server admins, where they can then give the code to a couple of their more trusted players who they think should be testing and developing the game, or helping test the game, sorry. And you can, from there, simply find things that are wrong with the game, like, say, the custom liveries and potentially audio problems. And problems not an issue anymore. But let's just assume that, well, they don't do that. We don't have to assume that, we know they don't do that. They test the cars themselves, which is fine. But let's just assume that we are a developer. Now, I don't have a computer that would be representative of the one that a developer would use. I don't have things like an SSD or a even particularly powerful machine. We're just going to launch up Wreckfest real quick. This doesn't take very long at all. And there we go. We're in, and all we have to do is, because we're pretending to be the developer, we know the car, what the car's supposed to be like. We know it's supposed to be statistically the same as the Speedbird. In fact, I expect they just literally copy-pasted everything from the Speedbird over to the Speedbird GT. And then just changed the textures around. So, we go into Paint Shop, because this is the only thing that's changed, and we just click through them to find, say, potentially ones that are broken. Well, now that wasn't hard, was it? What about liveries? So what we want to do first off is make sure that these colours are all different. We'll set this one to being red. This one to being pink. Oh, purple, sorry. And we'll set this one to just being white. So that way we know what colour is being the problem, if any of them are. We go through, and then we want to hit backspace, or space, sorry, on the keyboard or start on your controller. And then we can just scroll through and we can see that they're all taking the white colour, layer 3 of the livery colours. That's taken me just over a minute to explain and do. And sure, there's other things that you might want to check as well. Stuff like the front bumper meshing properly with the car. As you can see here, it does not. Stuff like that can be checked by us. Stuff like, look at that, the netting on the window there isn't connected to anything at the top. It's just a straight line that goes across. These kind of issues shouldn't be a thing. The fact they are makes me really annoyed. For those of you wondering what the car is supposed to look like when they release the inevitably 9GB update to fix it, it'll look like this. These are the different paint schemes. And they do look really cool, I've got to say. Like, I have no complaints about the way this thing looks. It looks awesome. And the paints. Like, there is nothing wrong with this. But there is something wrong with fucking this being pink. I've heard some people say that they like it pink, and I really, really hope they don't take that as an excuse to keep one of them as it being luminous pink. I expect it's an issue with the way it's compressed with PS5. But problems like this shouldn't exist. So what went wrong then? Well, I think it was partly them focusing on the new PS5 exclusive Bandit Ripper V8 monster truck thing. They're very unfamiliar with working on PS5 because it's a new console, and when it came to tournaments they had to rush it, so they didn't check stuff like, do the textures work? Of course, they've also been developing another map, but I don't know how hard that is. It's probably harder than making a texture pack for a car. Then they could have made, like, a GT version of the Speedbird. You know, give it one extra gear, or give it one less gear. Fuck, give it 2 less gears, and then you can actually... You've got something unique. You've got a 3-gear car, which would inevitably have to have obscene amounts of torque, maybe a supercharged engine or something. You bring something new to the game, and you keep those old textures as a texture pack if people want to play with that. But no, instead we got a pink Speedbird GT. Bugbear, why? Oh well. Thank you for watching, I hope you've enjoyed this. The game you see in the background, by the way, is Rodina. It's quite a fun game. Developed by a single person. Everything from the ground up. Did the physics engine, did the textures. Not that they're too complicated, but it's worth a check out. Thanks for watching.